that you're doing on purpose. Sing like a singing on key. Talk to the girl that intimidates you. Pretend that you're brilliant and charming. I said pretend that you're brilliant and charming. Hey!
Yes, everybody, welcome in. Later with Jason Suel. So glad that you are tuned in. Thanks for joining us on the show.
Thanks for joining us. It's about time you got here.
Right. We've only been doing this for 13 seasons.
Yeah, is this your first time? Mine too.
Well, yeah.
Welcome.
Well, it kind of seems like it because you were gone for a large portion of the fall and winter, but you've been back. You're back now. And just in time for spring.
That's right. We're getting sprung tonight. Maybe.
Nice.
I don't know. Is that still, does that word still mean the same thing?
You have been breaking out the early 2000s, late 90s kind of expressions all day. Yes.
Psych. Anyway.
Psych.
Yeah, we got a great show. Psych.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
it could
be.
We should bring it back.
We're bringing it back.
90s is back.
Psych.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, you got a new place that's opened up in Fayetteville. I got to hear more about this place because all these big major cities have NA bars. And
yeah, we thought we'd try something weird. It's called the Artemis Temperance Lounge. We just got open about a month ago. Things are rocking and rolling a little bit. It's a little bit strange for people in Fayetteville because they've never heard of a non-alcoholic bar, but you know, a lot of people are leaning towards more sober choices these days. And we thought we would just do a music and arts venue and just kind of cut alcohol out of it completely.
So let me ask this. At the bar, is the non-alcoholic drinks, are they supposed to taste like alcoholic drinks, like a brother or a sister to? Are they kind of their own thing?
So, you know, beverage technology has come a long way since the Shirley Temple, right? So, you know, house-made ingredients, like all these different tinctures and syrups and shrubs and non-alcoholic spirits that give a drink a backbone so that when you're sipping, you know, it's not just like, this is Kool-Aid, chug. It's something that enhances your experience in the space and tastes good. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a whole different thing.
Absolutely, and we love bringing community together on this show, and that's what we're doing on this episode. Guess what? We have got Sarah from Walton Arts Center joining us to talk all the great things that are happening there, including Voice Jam that is coming up later this spring, and we've got the musical talents of the group Sonic Fuzz joining us on the show. Can't wait to hear their sound. Sounds fuzzy. And down at our chef's table, Allie is back again. Allie, what do you have for us?
Right. Hey, we are celebrating 1 year of Bloom in a form of fashion, and we're celebrating the future, talking about it.
Oh,
the future!
The future in the year 2000.
We're definitely bringing back the 90s.
That's right. It's all here. It's all happening. Stay with us. More is happening later. Here we are, folks. Rafi Andonian joining us once again to talk tennis. Because, you know, it is tennis. Tennis season kind of lasts several months, right? Culminating in these big events. But it is the time of year to talk about it. And we wanted to focus today, speaking of the historical aspect, on Althea Gibson.
Yeah, trailblazer. Trailblazing champion is what it says on the newest U.S. quarters that feature her. There are 20 quarters that have come out over the past few years featuring different American women who've been, you know, historically significant in American history, and she's the last one in that program, Althea Gibson, and as a trailblazing champion, first black female tennis player to break many color barriers in tennis and other places as well.
Yeah. Well, fill us in on that history, maybe, and how she did become such a trailblazer.
I'd put her in the story of the Harlem Renaissance, the Roaring 20s. A lot of things are happening in the 1920s. Her family moves from South Carolina to the Harlem in New York City for a greater opportunity, and she ends up participating in the American Tennis Association. She participates, wins the junior championships, and then as an adult, starting at age 20, would go on to win, you ready for this? 10 championships in a row, nationally. 10 in a row. It's like John Wood and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So as a result, she actually earns her way, as you might imagine, into playing with the leagues where she was barred because she was black. And so she ended up playing, of course, on the circuits. She ends up playing at U.S. Nationals. She ends up participating there. She goes to the French Open, ends up winning the French Open, goes to Wimbledon, wins Wimbledon in singles and doubles. She had Queen Elizabeth II come and present her the trophy. So imagine that, for a family that moved from South Carolina sharecropping to the Harlem Renaissance, for her to have the Queen next to her is pretty cool. That's why they call her the Jackie Robinson of tennis, which makes sense. She's doing this just a few years after Jackie Robinson did it in baseball. And here's one more thing that's interesting, is that she does it again in golf. She ended up becoming the first black player in the LPGA, which is lesser known, the Ladies Professional Golf Association. So she did that as well. And get this, as a retirement gig, she became the sports commissioner of New Jersey, first female, black or white, in the entire nation to serve as a state commissioner for sports. So she was a major trailblazer when you think about all the things that she did.
Yeah, and I mean, that's fitting that we would put her on a quarter.
I think it's really powerful because, you know, money literally has value. And this stuff is not only valuable, but accessible in your pocket. So you're immortalized forever. Think about coins that go back thousands of years from the ancient world.
Right.
So money can be forever if you think about it. And again, money is where nations honor their heroes.
Yeah.
And to put her on the same platform as George Washington, I think says a lot.
Yeah, it does say a lot. Do you have a favorite? Did you ever play tennis, first of all?
I actually did as a kid.
You did?
I did.
Yes.
Not too much. I played like just a couple years, one of those things that I tried for a while,
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it wasn't my primary sport by any means, but I did participate in a formal way. And I think it's really cool because, you know, tennis is a sport that goes back centuries. It goes back to the medieval period, going back to the day before rackets, the way we know it, and before rubber was in these balls to make them so bouncy. You know, we don't need the balls.
Yeah, we don't
That's
need
all
them
right.
out here.
But, you
Got
know,
plenty.
so they kind of would stuff them with different cloths and fabrics and different things. Some medieval monks would play a game. So there's a historicness to the game that I think is really fascinating. But here's something that's interesting. You know how they go on lawns? Well, the English start to go on lawns because it was not originally on lawns.
Okay.
And lawns were seen as, you know, something that's a luxury to have. You have
Fancy.
land to have luxury. Remember back in Europe, it's not like the wide open space of the United States. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so to set aside grass, open space, kind of like why hunting is a luxury sport in Europe, which is not how we think about it in the U.S., to set aside space just for tennis on grass is kind of like saying, you know, I'm a big deal.
Thanks for joining us today, filling us in on Althea Gibson, also a little bit of tennis history. We appreciate you, Rafi.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Stick around. We got more fun happening later. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We've got Sarah joining us now from Walton Arts Center because it is the time of year to talk about Voice Jam, which is coming up. Thanks for joining us, Sarah.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. We love having you on because this event, I mean, a decade now, right? Celebrating 10
This is
years.
our 10th a cappella festival.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so impressive. So for folks maybe who haven't been out to Voice Jam before, don't really know what to expect, kind of give us an overview of what's going to happen on those days.
Sure. April 10th through the 12th this year. On the Friday night, we've got our professional concert. It's Voctive. They are a tight group. Their voices are incredible. They have a soprano that I absolutely am obsessed with that hits those high notes like a bell. It's amazing. And then on Saturday, we have some workshops that they're open to the community to come and learn. And if you want to learn how to beatbox, come on down. Just come on to the Walton Arts Center and walk right in. And then at that evening on Saturday is our big competition.
That's the big,
the big
main event
Absolutely.
kind of thing, right? And then you follow it up on Sunday with something else.
Yeah,
right?
we've got a Sunday event with also free to the community. It's called our One Day Choir.
Yeah.
And it's something that we just started a couple of years ago that's really gotten some great feedback from people. You know, if you're someone who sang in high school or college in groups, and you miss that feeling of singing together with other people, come sing with a bunch of strangers.
Yeah.
So can you just like walk up and start like, ah, or do you have to like get vetted? Like someone blows that little boop, and if you can't
Gong
hit it,
show?
you're
Yeah,
gone.
so we'll have a director teaching the piece, but once you register, I'll send you music ahead of time so that you can get familiar with the music so you're not showing up totally blind.
Right.
But
So what if I like showed up?
you can come sing with us,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Move to head of the class, your first
All right.
chair or something. I don't know. She laughs.
I
Okay,
have a good voice, thank you.
let's.
I
You
bet
do.
you do.
And you have a face for radio. Let's hone in on the Saturday evening main event,
Yeah.
right? Because That's really one of the most fun events, I think, that Walton Arts Center does, because not only is it a performance, you get to see all of these a cappella groups perform, but the audience also has a chance to vote on the ACA fan favorite. So
Fan favorite.
give us those details.
Yeah, so I think something about the competition is really, it's intense because it's live. These groups are coming from all over the U.S. We've got groups from Texas, Kansas, Colorado, Missouri, and Tennessee. So that regionally, we've kind of covered all of our states all around us, which is, one of the goals of the competition is to grow contemporary a cappella in our region, and give those groups a place to come and sing together and compete together. So really excited.
And we love to celebrate Arkansas, obviously, at Voice Jam. And I hear that you have this year, another group from the state of Arkansas as part of the competition. Is that right?
That's right. 5 ladies from Fort Smith. They're high school age and they're incredible.
Yeah. Bo, have you ever been to Voice Jam before?
Of course, yeah, it's a really good time. It's really cool that y'all are doing like a beatbox workshop, because that's one of those things that over the years everybody's kind of turned their nose up to it, but has now started to be like, this is a really incredible version of a cappella that's not quite singing, but still very, very tough and awesome.
If people are interested right now, do you still have tickets available? Where can they go to get those tickets or to sign up, like you said, for some of these free community-focused events?
Yeah, absolutely. All of that is on our website, waltonartscenter.org. If you want to get real specific, waltonartscenter.org/voicejam. And that'll take you to all the information, one-day choir, workshops, Voctive, as well as the competition tickets.
Awesome.
And there is a combo package for Voctive and the competition.
Okay.
I believe it is $31 for both concerts.
That's very affordable.
Absolutely.
And if they come out, will they see you on stage? Are you going to be up there?
Probably.
Right. Yeah, you got to come see Sarah. Voice Jam happening this spring. Go get your tickets. WaltonArtsCenter.org is the place. And stay with us. We've got more happening later.
Our musical guest brought to you by Walton Arts Center. Walton Arts Center, presenting the West Street Live series.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sonic Fuzz.
Much to learn from the
Yes, we're down here at the chef's table. Allie joining us from Bloom.
Always bringing the most immaculate spread.
You
every time.
always do. You have so much, and you even said we might not get to it all, but we're celebrating a year, right?
Well, it's a year since we signed our lease.
Okay.
Which,
Congratulations.
As
Yes.
you know,
It's
Bo,
huge.
that's like the no going back.
yeah.
It's
You know?
It's the turning point. It's the
It's
event
not-
horizon.
Yeah, because
Snuck
every
up on me.
landlord, you sign the lease, and then the paper like does this, and it flies up, and it rolls itself up, and he grabs it, and he goes,
Yeah.
and then you're
the
owned
truth.
forever.
Yeah.
Forevermore. Thankfully, we've had a really great year, and we're doing some cool stuff
Awesome.
coming up. So
And you're
Well,
still
too
here.
many more.
yes, too many more.
Cheers,
So I did,
cheers,
me,
cheers.
I love to celebrate. So with some good bubbly.
Well, what do we got?
So what's in our glass?
Yeah.
I think last time I was on the show, I brought a Cremant.
Yeah.
And so this is a rosé Cremant, and because I love rosé,
little
rosé all day,
rosé.
right?
Rosé all day. That's
Rosé
what
all
they say.
day.
Yeah. Cheers, everybody.
Okay.
Okay. So I've got some tinned fish.
Tin
Okay.
Fish are making a huge
I
comeback.
mean, we were just talking about it.
Yeah,
like-
at the end of 2025, like Tin Fish made this big boom in a lot of really fancy cocktail bars and restaurants. People are like, "Oh my God, you mean like sardines?" And it's like, well, yes, but tinned oysters, you got tuna belly, you got salmon, you got all kinds mackerel. Like there's
telling
so
you.
many things.
It's a lot of variety, more than what you might think
More than
when
what you
think
might
of
think.
tinned fish.
And I think it's because a lot of people turn their nose up because their Grammy would just like feed them sardines or whatever, and it was like whatever great value Walmart dollar store brand. Those aren't the good ones. Don't get those.
These are the good ones.
Okay.
These are the good ones.
These are the good ones. So people typically say fish can't go with cheese, but I'm here to tell you, don't listen to any of this.
Shut
Okay.
up.
Yeah,
She's here to
shut
tell you to
up.
shut
You're
up.
all about odd pairings. You
Yes.
said kind of things out of the box, right?
I love it. I mean, we've got 1 year of cheese behind us, and so what I'm excited about is how you pair cheese with pretty much everything else out there.
Yeah.
And so we are really, that's just kind of, that's the focus of the next year, is taking cheese to the next level.
This
Although
level.
I'm
Are we
handing
waiting
you-
for more? Should we eat this cheese?
Nope,
What are we
you should
doing?
eat that cheese.
Okay.
Put it on the cracker. We
Okay.
got a little bit.
What is it?
I'm gonna dab some garlic aioli. This does not go on the cheese. This goes,
Okay, okay.
This goes with the tinned fish. but
Warn
this
me.
is a
Okay, okay.
house-made garlic aioli.
Got it.
It is.
So-
I'm a mayonnaise girl, so aioli is my jam. So you got your.
I like this cheese. What is this?
So this is Caña de Cabra. It is a Spanish goat cheese. It's great for springtime. And it's great for any time of the year.
Yeah.
It pairs really lovely with the cremant in your glass. I also
And the
have
cracker.
yes, and I have a really fun white wine as well from Turkey. I mean,
Gobble, gobble.
who's had
Man, we're taking a trip around the world. This guy, turkey. What a turkey.
They let him out of the house.
Yeah, I
mean,
can't believe it.
What a turkey.
They let him out
Shouldn't.
one of his
my
many
handlers, it's
bars.
really easy to give them the runaround.
Okay.
So
what
so
is this one?
This is called it's a great varietal called Yappin' Jack.
Yappin' Jack?
Yappin' Jack.
Yappin' Jack.
Yappin' Jack. Say that 10 times
Yeah, it
fast.
sounds like he has a theater in Branson.
But it's really cool. You haven't heard of it because
Right
they
next to the
only
bald
grow
knobbers.
it in Turkey. I mean, so this
Yappin'
is
Jack.
one of my favorite wines right now, along with this Cremant, and it just pairs so well with so many different things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Does
let's
it pair
get-
well with this?
Yeah, I mean, you tell me.
Ooh, that's refreshing. That's kind of light and
Bo's
refreshing.
getting crazy down here.
I don't know if we'll make
I
it
don't
to
want
the
him to
rest
go
of
off the end
episodes.
by himself.
Yeah.
Jason.
Yes.
For those of you at home that didn't see when the cameras weren't rolling, he goes, "Oh, sardines!"
Yeah.
And then look at him over here,
I
just
can have
chowing
some
proud of
down.
sardines.
you.
They're delicious. Absolutely.
Some
And
cornichons.
I mean, oh my gosh.
and
you
it
guys
bounced
are-
right on the plate.
I've done this before, I swear.
You're all about,
Watch,
like
I'll
you
just do
said,
this.
odd pairings. What do folks need to know about Bloom? Like, where are you located, and how can folks get cheese or more? You have options where people can sign up to have a grab and go, like a
good.
pickup service. So fill us in on all of that, Allie.
Trying to steal my bubbles over there. but-
I will.
So we are located at 914 North College. We're right next to Pink House Alchemy. We're calling it the Pink Block, and it is the future. We have done a lot of collabs, or we're in the works with a lot of collabs with Pink House, which is super fun. And if you're driving down College, you could easily miss us. It's like the best scavenger hunt you've ever had.
Right.
Yeah.
You're looking, and in the end, you get cheese. But really, if you get lost, you can call us. We're tucked on the side of the building, so really, it's a little difficult to see us. But people get there.
They
people
do.
get
They-
there.
it's a quest.
We've been busy, and just like you said, we are featuring We got Cheese Club, which is really great. Bo is.
I'm the #1 member.
He
Yeah.
is the #1 member.
What does that
I
mean?
am actually. You sent me the rankings the other
I
day.
did. I got an email and it was like, hey, here's the top 6 people. And this guy.
What does that mean? Like the most money spent, or the most times he's actually
Yeah.
picked something?
Most money spent.
Most money spent.
I
there you
mean,
go.
I pretty much announced Cheese Club, and Bo signed up, and
Yes.
ever since then, he has been a
If
Cheese
there's
Club
one
member.
thing I know, Bo is a fan of food, so it makes total
me?
sense that he
Yeah.
would be a fan of food and drink at Bloom. All right, you got several stuff. We're gonna maybe keep noshing on some of this stuff through the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
Try some more later. You got to stick with us because we've got more fun. It's all happening later. Yes, everybody, that's our show. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, you can find us out there on your social media platforms or send us an email over at laterwithjasonsuel.com.
Don't forget, if you missed an episode, don't worry. We got them all back on our YouTube.
That's right. And before we get out of here, we got to thank our amazing guests, including Sarah joining us from Walton Arts Center.
And of course, Ollie from Bloom Cheese for stuffing us full of cheese and fish.
Absolutely so delicious. And how about that music video provided to us by our friends right here at Fayetteville Public Television? Today, we feature the band Sonic Fuzz. That's our show. We'll see you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.